carefully, but have you ever thought about you? Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do, when the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always put it on Monday when you can get rich by trying to see the other side?
Hey, welcome in, L. Get up out your seat early. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
I know it's hard sometimes to believe it, that you deserve more. Let me hear you say it. Oh, quit the job you hate and love the ones you love. 'Cause have you ever really thought about you? Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do, when the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday.
Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable because we're going to be here.
Join us too.
Come on.
Why always put it on Monday when you can get rich by trying to
Get up out your seat. All right. I just got the thumbnail updated. Oh, that song ended so quick. All right. And the text just went out. So welcome in, everybody. Oh, it's still going. Okay. We're going to put the ads every 12 minutes. All right. All right. Welcome. Welcome. I have a treat for you all. We are doing, come on, y'all. Come on in. Hey. Hey. Come on. Listen. Go on and get out of your seat early. Yeah. All right. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I have a treat for you all. We are going to be doing a live Ask a Coach night. I am working on ways to be of more service to you all. And tonight we have opened it up. I don't know if you saw my post on my board looking for people who are dealing with rejection. So what I'm doing is I am vetting the calls before we come live. That rejection show is going to be on Monday. So you still have an opportunity to submit. The details are on the community tab, also on my Facebook or Instagram. The links to those are in the description of this video. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a life coach from an accredited trained program. Yes, I'm also a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I am here to assist you in loving yourself more. I am a self-love specialist. And tonight, we are starting out with a woman in Virginia by the name of Rose, who is dealing with an issue where she has been violated. And so I'm going to give you all just a few moments to come on in. Go ahead and shout out your city. Where are you from? I am from New York City. I have lived all over the world. I spent a year in Tokyo. I spent 3 years in California, 8 years in Georgia. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I'm giving up my age now. I'm giving up my age. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've also been all around the world and I've traveled to maybe about 40 countries by now. And sí, hablo español y skoshi nihongo wakarimasu. Just a little. Chotto dake. So welcome in, everybody. Tonight, I'm going to be doing some live coaching. If you want to be a part of a show like this, just look on the community tabs, or you can be a part of the text notification squad where I sometimes announce a call for action behind the scenes. It's $1.99 a month or $22 for the year plus fees. The link to that is in the description. So if you all are ready, let's see where everyone is from. We got Mrs. Sagua, we got Frisco, Denton, South Kakalaki, we got Brazil, we got the Bay Area. Welcome in all around the world. We are worldwide tonight. So let me just tell you all the rules of the show. Let me tell you all the rules of the show. One of the very first things that we have to remember is we do not call people names. This is never about the people. I want you to, as you're listening, I want you to focus in on yourself, because these people are going to be opening themselves up and talking about what's going on in their lives, but make it applicable to yours. We're going to be talking about boundaries. We're going to be talking about repairing ourselves after a relationship in which we've used to self abuse. I have another call with Barbara, who we're going to be speaking to after we speak to Rose. So if you want to be a part of these types of shows, like I said, be a part of the text notification squad or answer the call on my community tab. Right now, I'm looking for people who are trying to work their way through dealing with rejection right now. We're going to be doing that on Monday. So first rule is we do not call people names. These topics are about us, not other people. The second rule is that at the end of the show, I'm going to be asking you for your self-love lesson. So start thinking throughout the show, what is it about this story that is helping me learn a new aspect of loving myself? And then the third thing, you all know what it is. If you know what the third rule is, let me know in the comments. The third rule is that every 30 to 40 minutes, we do what? We get up and we move, because sitting is death. And somewhere around the age of 3 to 5 years old, you were put into a school system that took you away from your natural squat down on the ground to sitting in a little wooden chair. And then the next thing you know, now you're old and your knees are not working. That's because you were taken out of your natural squat. Meanwhile, you see people in India, in Asia, in China, Japan, in Africa. They're cooking outside, squatting down on the ground the way the ancestors did, and they don't get as many hip replacements. They hardly any hip replacements like we do here in America. Why? Because we're always sitting. So every 30 to 35 minutes, we are going to move. Those are the three rules. And if you're ready to get started, I am ready to get started as well. So let me pull up the first call. Welcome on the air, Rose. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Virginia.
Okay, I need you to talk just a little bit louder if the volume is really low.
I'm calling in from Virginia.
Okay, perfect. Welcome in, Rose from Virginia. All right, so I have not heard the full crux of what's going on, so I need you to just detail it for everyone that's listening.
Okay. So about 18 months ago, I met this gentleman and we talked for a little while, but I decided I didn't want to date.
Mm.
Then I ran into him again because I hired him for a job. So I ran into him again and hired him for a job a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking and engaging in conversation again. I don't know, something about him just struck different this time. Maybe it's 18 months of celibacy. I don't know. But we started talking and geared up a conversation. This
Mm-hmm.
gentleman, during this conversation, this flirting, this conversation, this talking, this back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
he said a few things that did not ring true always to my ear. But, however, not but, however, I decided to, without definitive proof, believe that there's a possibility that what he was saying could possibly happen. In the realm of all possibilities, it could possibly happen. So I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Just a few days later, his dishonesty was blatantly revealed to me with proof. The situation was that he asked, could he borrow $60 for deposit, whatever. No problem. I'll send you the $60. My Apple Pay sent it twice, and my Apple Pay sent him $120. And I had no idea that my Apple Pay sent him $120 until sitting down, reviewing, thinking about the things that he said, things that he's done. Then I decided to look through my Apple Pay. I was like, you know what? That $60 kind of don't sit right with me, but let me look and see if I've ever sent him money before. If I've never sent him money before, then that's not an issue. So I looked on my Apple Pay, and that's when I noticed the two $60 charges. Then I went to my bank account, and I noticed the two $60 charges. So then I screenshotted and sent everything to him. And I said, yo, I can't do this. I can't do dishonesty. I had to cut the boundary. But see, here's the question, right? So although it was revealed to me in a few days of us getting back and talking to each other, this dishonesty, my question is where I don't want to fall too far on I don't want to go too far on the spectrum of I'm just not believing anything coming out of anybody's mouth. You got to prove everything to me, cut on your camera, take pictures, that. I don't want to be that person. To the gullible person that believes everything. I could never be that person. So where on the spectrum, or did the universe just play it out? Did that play out the way it was supposed to play out? Like I needed those couple of doubted, doubting his authenticity and his truth, and then needed to see the proof, and the universe showed it to me in a quicker fashion because I'm more in tune. Is
Okay.
that growth? Where do we right?
Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you for your bravery in coming out and, telling your story. I have a few questions. So you met
Okay.
him 18 months ago,
Yes.
and you said that there was something about him you were like, I'm not interested in a relationship.
Yes.
What was it about him that made you feel that you were not interested in a relationship?
Okay. So first, um, first of all, it's gonna sound shallow, but it's my preference. First of all, his skin color. He's light skinned, and I don't like light skinned men. Secondly, that he was younger than me, and thirdly, that I got broke
What,
man vibes off of him. To be totally honest, I mean, like that. I mean, to be totally honest, that's what I got broke vibes.
okay, what was it that gave you what is it that what is it that gave you BMVs about him? I need to understand.
um, it was the fact that uh, I'm big on energy, right? So that energy was there, but it was also that his housing situation was a little unstable. He was seeking advice from me about coming into my particular career field, and and he was just young. He was 10 years younger than me, just 10 years younger than me, and I just felt like he didn't have his life together yet,
Yes.
and he was doing a bunch of pretending of where he wasn't, where he wanted to be, but he wasn't there.
Okay.
So I could feel that, get that from the conversation.
Okay.
I didn't feel an intellectual, real big intellectual exchange between him, but definitely something that could be worked on, just expanding his horizon, and
Okay.
that could definitely be worked on. But the BM vibes were there.
Okay,
They were
so
there.
so so okay, so there's a few different things going on. So let's rewind a little bit. You said he's 10 years younger than you. How old are you?
49.
Okay, so this is a grown man. So you're 49 and he's
Yeah. Okay.
39. So, because if you were 33 and he's 23, I'm like, okay, but you're 49 and he's 39. So he's a grown man, but he's asking you about how does he get into your field. he was coughing and dust was coming out. And there was just little things, right? There was just little things that was kind of giving it
Yes.
away that his pockets was like rabbit ears, right?
Right. Right.
Okay. And then you said you ran back into him. How long after the 18 months you ran back into him?
I ran into him 12 months later,
So
13,
6
12,
months
13 months
ago.
later. Yeah.
All right. So a year later, 12 months. Where did you happen to see him at? Was he walking along the side of the road kicking a can? Huh?
No, I hired him. I hired him
So,
for a job, the
okay.
same job that I hired him for before. But okay,
Wait a
so
minute. This was
but
your
okay,
employee to start
before
off with?
what was that?
This was your employee to start off with?
No, I hired him for a job,
That's how
a
you met
job, a
him the
moving
first
job.
time.
I hired right. I hired him. I
So
hired
you were
actually
his
someone else, but he
employer to
came
begin.
along.
Come on now. Come on, Rose. Listen.
Okay,
You were, you
okay,
were,
so listen.
hold
I
on. No, no,
hired
no, no.
another
No, no, no,
guy,
no, no,
and
no.
he was
Don't,
the
no.
helper that came along with
Listen.
him.
Don't
Does
overtalk
that make
me
sense?
now. Listen, I need to understand this. You listen. You were
Yes,
his employer to begin with.
this is true. I never thought about it like that, but this is true. This is so true. That's sexual harassment. Oh my
So,
god.
so you met him in pursuit of employ, and
Right.
you employed him the first time.
Yes.
So who
Yes.
initiated this to be more than just an employ? Who initiated that?
He did. He
All
did.
right. Was
Because I
this
wasn't even looking in his direction
was
again
this
because he's
before or
light skinned.
after you paid
So.
him? Did you pay him and he saw you flipping through the checkbook and then his eyes got wide and then all of a sudden he started rubbing on your hand as you were writing the check? How did this so I'm trying to be
he
serious.
was. He was. I actually hired another guy. He was the helper that came with the other guy to complete the move.
Oh,
And so this
okay.
second time, I called him up and I said, I don't have that guy's number anymore. Can you put me in touch with that guy because I need to move my stuff again? And he was like, oh, no problem. I can handle it for you. And he gave me
Uh-huh.
a price and I paid him for it. And so I went there with the intention of just teasing and walking away.
So did you have
That
intercourse
ain't
with
what
this
happened.
man, Rose?
No, we came close, but I did not because I just did not feel all the way comfortable
Okay, listen. When you
doing that
say
yet
listen,
because my celibacy was so important to me.
when you say you came close, were you two in close quarters and you were making that decision, or were you
Yes.
just out on a date? So this man has been. So
No, we were.
you've been intimate with this man.
I've been intimate, but not full intercourse. Yes.
I listen. I just asked about intimacy. Listen, we
Yes.
grown, ain't we? Ain't no. Oh, I'm
Right.
I'm a virgin because
Right.
I didn't put it in the front hole. I put it in
Yeah. No.
the
No. No.
back
No. No.
hole.
No. No. No.
No,
We had
listen.
intimacy, but I
Okay,
stopped it before it went all the way. So
and
yes, we were. We
okay,
made
so
out. We
you
kissed. We
okay, so you
pegged.
were in
Uh,
private quarters, or he was at your job doing
yes.
this? Okay.
No. Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you didn't have the primary mover's phone number, but you just so happened to have, BMV's phone number, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The intimacy that you all had, was that during the 18 month or the 12 months?
That was after the second time when we saw each other after 12 months because
Okay.
he had changed. His circumstances had changed,
So he
which
was
made
make
him more attractive, I think.
so he was making a little more money at the second time around.
Yeah, he had went and actually got his credentials to be part of my field.
Okay, so he had taken some steps and you were like, "Oh, okay." So you felt a little flutter down there and then you decided to kind of go
Right.
with the flow. Okay. All right.
Right.
So then how did it come about that he was borrowing $60 from you if you had already paid him for the job?
Girl.
Wait a
Here we go
minute.
with one of them decisions that I shouldn't have made,
I need to
and I should have
understand.
questioned it.
How did this come about?
Okay. So I'm very picky. So we went. So okay. So the plan was to go on a date and then go back to the hotel and chill because we were so far away from home that I
Mm.
didn't want to have to drive all the way back. So
Oh.
that was the plan.
Okay.
So as I'm getting ready, he said and I'm very picky about where I stay at, so he had to find the right spot, balcony at the Marriott, like I want. Like I'm very picky at where I stay.
Okay.
So he actually fulfilled all of my requirements for the hotel room and for the dinner date,
Okay.
which was very impressive, which is what made me almost go all the way. But there was something in my soul that said don't. So I
Okay.
didn't.
The $60.
So glad. It was $60. Okay, so when he went to get the hotel, he said that his card had been locked up because he had been using it out of the area. So this is the first time that I said, I wonder if that's a lie. If this nigga really broke. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that word on here. Sorry, my
Let's
bad.
go forward.
Um, uh, and then I said, well, no, it's not out the realm of possibilities that he could have been using his card too much today or
Okay.
went over his limit for what he can spend for the day. And so I'll send him the $60. That's not a problem. He said as soon as the deposit clears on the hotel, he'll send it back to me.
Okay.
That
So
wasn't
the
a problem. That's how the $60 got sent.
so the whole room was $60?
No, they required an additional deposit or something on the room.
I
Like
see.
a lot of the hotels in the Atlanta area now require an additional deposit when you
I
go. And
got
I
you.
know
I
that
got
because
you.
I
I
go
got you. I don't
to
want to
another
get caught
hotel.
up on those semantics because I really want to get into the details of. So you sent him the $60 for the additional whatever it was. He said he was going to send it back to you. When did you first
Right.
realize that he was telling a lie?
A couple of days after when I noticed the two $60 charges.
Okay,
Y'all
but
did.
did you ask him about, so what was the original lie? The lie was that his card was being used out of town and that they locked it up. That was the original thing that was the lie. Not that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, but did you ever ask him about the double charges or the double send?
Oh yes, I did.
And
I
what did he
did. I did.
say?
I asked him about the double dipping, and he says, "I don't know. I never received it twice." And I see
Okay.
what you're saying about we need to take our time to be compatible because you just flew off the handle. I was like, okay, thank you, but appreciate it. But he denied it. So then, because I sent him the screenshots from the bank and the screenshots from Apple Pay,
Okay. Did he
both.
send you the $60
Sent him
back?
no,
Did he send you the $120 back?
no.
Wait, 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 wait.
No.
So, so it didn't matter if it had gone through once or twice. He never paid you back either amount.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
if it had gone through, I wouldn't have received the 60 back that quick. I would have waited. It only was a couple of days. It literally was 2 days later that I noticed the double dip. And
Okay.
like
Okay. So then,
like they
so
said,
then, let's jump into the crux of it. Let's jump into the crux of it. You're trying to figure out whether or not you can trust people.
right, where that boundary of trust needs to be set so that it's not so low I get taken advantage of and so high that I never really develop personal relationships with other people.
Yeah, but I see. But there's a huge leap. There's a huge leap.
Right. I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole spectrum. That's the whole
So hold
spectrum and
on,
I want to
hold on,
find the
hold
proper
on.
place on the spectrum.
Right, but I'm not even sure how this connects because your spirit told you he was a bum. So it's not like your spirit
Yeah.
didn't say, "Listen, Rose, this man is a what do they call what they sent these three trash bag carrying Dusty?" Your
Right.
spirit said something is off. Your chocha said something different. The nani started fluttering and say, well, maybe. So, what is the real question though? Because this isn't a question about boundaries. This isn't even a question about trust. What is the real question? Come on, Rose, dig deep. What is the real question?
If I had at the first time that I felt he lied to me, okay, so the universe revealed to me that he was a liar, but it took three shots and then definitive proof to show it. So it took three different lies to get me there. Three potential lies, because I don't know if the first two were lies or not. There's no definitive proof. And so that's my quandary. If I don't know that there's definitive proof for the lie, do I just dismiss them? Because that's not what I would do. That's not what I would think would happen. But it's still not
Right.
out of the realm of
So
possibilities
then,
that it could be
right.
true.
So then so the real question is about your gut instinct. The real question is not about trusting other people. The real question is about trusting yourself. The question
Right.
is, when do you pay attention to that feeling that you have on the inside? Because do you need proof? Do you need proof?
I don't want to just be okay, because I've been in situations where
Yes.
someone has thought that my story was false and incorrect, and yet it was. And so I don't want to jump to conclusions with someone and just cut them off and say, boom, block list, there you go. That's the end of that, when they genuinely was telling the truth.
Okay. So then let's find a middle ground. Let's find a middle ground.
Right.
Okay? So what is the middle ground between I don't need proof and come on, tell me.
Okay, so I don't need proof, or I absolutely need hard proof, because hard proof is exactly what ended it, right? Was what caused him to go straight to block list. Well, I haven't blocked him all the way because maybe he'll give me my 120. I don't know. He can't send it to me if I block him. So. But I've decided to cut off all contact, and I don't have any contact with him anymore. So upon proof, I immediately moved.
So Apple Pay doesn't have like a refund feature?
No, once it's been
Do
sent
they
and
have it? Do
received,
they have an invoice feature?
I called the Apple Pay earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be totally honest. The $120 don't even bother me. It's
Let
just
you
the
know what?
currency
Will you
of
give
it.
me his number so I can call him live on the air right now? Listen, let's get this money back. Okay, will you give me his number? You can send it to me privately and I'll call him right now and see about trying to get you your money.
Somebody can try to get my money. No, I don't, because I don't even want. I don't want. Okay, because he knows personal information about me that could hurt me in my career,
What he know about you, girl? What
and
you out there doing, huh?
it's personal. I can't,
I
well, put it on
see.
live so that
Well,
everybody can
well, well,
tell.
well, well, Rose. Well, well, well. Okay, well, you
Right.
know what?
So
Listen.
where people, yeah, where
So
people
hold
know personal
on.
information
That's
about me,
fine.
I tend
That's
to play
fine.
nice.
You done got yourself entangled in this situation with a person who your gut didn't trust the first time, and then you went
Right.
into it, then gave him personal information, money, and
That's
almost
it.
some
That's
nanny.
it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the lesson. That's the lesson. Ooh, that's the lesson. That's the lesson. You hit it. You hit it. I did not listen to my gut the first time,
Right. So then let's challenge you.
and I re-engaged the second
Let's
time, and
let's
I should not
challenge you.
have.
Let's challenge you. The person who didn't believe you when you were telling the truth, how do you know that they didn't believe you? How do you know that they just wasn't being a testicle towards you? How do you know?
This is true. I don't know.
Right. You don't know what their gut was telling them, but you do know what your gut is
No.
telling you. So the question is, how do you trust your gut? Because at the end of the day, so listen, your extreme is either I believe you, there's proof, or I block you. How about what is another alternative? Let's do a role play real quick. Let's do a role play. All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right. So we at the
I'm ready.
hotel. I'm Dusty McMuffin, right? Okay. Say Rose, look, my card. We out of town, and my card it's saying it's a fraud alert because I travel and I've been using it a lot. Um, yo, let me hold $60 and I get it right back to you soon as I get paid. Now, Rose, what you say? Okay, what do you say?
Sounded like damn no. I mean,
So, talk to me. I'm Dusty McMuffin. Talk to me. God,
I'm gonna be
let me hold
okay.
some. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be honest because the amount is so low. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'm good because if I do that, if I okay, my rationale whenever I let somebody hold some money that they say they're gonna get
You
back to
not
me
telling me
is
I'm
if I
trying
don't
to
ever get
role
it back,
play
I'm
with
good.
you. It's not about that.
Okay.
It's about you setting a
Okay, so
boundary. So we're role playing. Okay,
yeah,
let
Dusty
me.
McMuffin. I got you, Dusty McMuffin. You want me to send it over by Apple Pay or how you want it?
You wasn't wrong. No. This is
What's your
the
name on Cash App? Is it Dusty McMuffin?
no. This is the opportunity to set the boundary. This is your
Okay,
opportunity.
so then, what do I really, for real, like, what do I really appropriately say to that to not, to not alienate the possibility of a
The
relationship
possibility
with this person?
the
Because
possibility of a relationship with whom? Dusty McMuffin?
yeah, that I thought had got their life
You
together.
didn't even like him. You didn't even like
Right,
him.
right, right. I didn't,
You didn't
and that's the
like
honest to
him,
God
and
truth.
there were barriers. The first barrier that he created was in asking you for money for a hotel in the first damn place. Instead of, as a man, getting on the phone. If he was out with Beyonce and he was having some, you think he would ask Beyonce for $60? Hmm?
Hell no,
Or right, he
no,
would find a
right.
damn way to work it out. Even if he had to call his friend, his mother, borrow, take out a payday cash loan,
Mm,
he would find a way
mm,
so that he wouldn't look bad in front of you.
mm.
Instead, he was trying to get some snookums and he was asking you to put down a deposit, and then when you didn't give up the goods, he was like, well, it wasn't a bad gamble because you would put 120 down on it. And then even when I tried to do the
Right.
role play with you, you like, what's your cash app? My cash app is $ Tonya TKO. That's the cash app. Since you just giving away $60 like that, let me hold some.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I need to chew on this. I need to add this to my
Right, but the
daily
thing is,
meditation.
no, but
You're right.
listen,
You're right.
my
No, you're
observation,
right.
I understand that I'm right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. However, my observation is that your reflex was to go to I don't want to not trust everybody. What does he have to do with everybody? Dusty McMuffin came with red flags flying out his ass the first time you saw him.
Mhm.
And then when you saw him again, he was asking for money for the hotel room. And then you equate him to the population at large. What does he have to do with everybody else out there? And why? This is my question to you. Why are you so quick to equate him with the general populace? Like, I may not be able to trust anybody because of him? I want to know what were you thinking about in terms of not trusting people before you even met him, because this isn't about him. This your idea about that happened before him, right or wrong.
Right, right. I have. That's why I've been celibate and by myself for the past 18 months because um I generally don't trust people when I meet them, right? So I form associateships with people and have general conversations with people and then make mental notes of things that feel off about them and deal with them accordingly and either continue communication or cut it off. But I generally don't trust most people. I don't trust anyone going in. You got to prove it.
Right, right, but the question is about your predisposition. You were predisposed to not wanting to trust people. He's just the excuse that you came up with. So I went into a situation that I knew was kind of shady to begin with. And now I'm using this as an excuse not to trust other people. But that was your predisposition. You were already predisposed to that. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why is it that
Right.
I don't want to trust people? What are you not healed from that you are working on protecting instead of healing?
Mm. Okay, yeah, I gotta chew on that. Yeah, that's interesting. Because when I think back to where trust issues actually started, it would have to
Exactly.
be it would have to be 7 years ago
Or right.
when I got my divorce.
Exactly. There we go. There we go. And so what
It
steps
is.
what
It would be
steps did
seven.
you take to heal after the divorce?
I haven't.
Excuse me?
I haven't.
All right. And
There
there
were no active steps to heal for the divorce. Just only the active steps of building myself and my self love over. I guess that could be how I've been trying to heal from the divorce.
okay.
What I've been working on for the past 18 months is me.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's get you connected with a therapist. Okay? You have insurance, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so let's get you a therapist,
Really good.
okay? Let's get
Okay.
you somebody who can sit there and dive in with you into the past. The difference between coaching and therapy is that coaching helps you pack your bag for the trips you're going to take. Therapy unpacks the bags from the past, takes all of that stuff out, and has you look at them and work on healing them, on changing your thoughts, recalibrating.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my old therapist because I did go to therapy for maybe about 6 months right before I filed for the divorce.
Okay. Well,
But I think
let's,
I'm gonna call her back up. I'm gonna call
yeah,
Melinda back up and start up some sessions with her and
yeah,
see if we can't do a check-in and what we can do.
yeah, yeah,
That sounds
absolutely.
excellent. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I appreciate you calling in. Listen to this call again and take heed of the things that maybe you didn't hear the first time and really dive in deep and let's get you into some therapy. I want you to follow up with me so that we can make sure that you are getting the assistance that you need, okay?
Most certainly. Thank you so much,
All
Tonya.
right. Thank you so much for calling in, Rose. Everybody give a round of applause for Rose's bravery. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give a round of applause for Rose's bravery because she didn't have to come up here to open herself that way because it's a very vulnerable thing. And remember what rule number one was, we do not call people names. Rule number two is we look for the self-love lessons because I'm going to ask you all that. And it's almost time for us to get up for our dance break. Let me check in with you all. Oh my goodness, we have not gone live on the other platforms. Oh my goodness, that whole call was not on the other platforms. YouTube got the exclusive on that one. You know what? Let's go ahead and get live on the other platforms right now. This is my first time doing this show style. If you're enjoying this show style, go ahead and throw up a one or throw up some claps or let me see. Let's get live on these other platforms. Let's go ahead and do that. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I think what it was is because we were playing music when we came in that I didn't go through the ritual. We are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube. Welcome, 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 which is the main platform. Welcome in, everybody. We just had a dynamic phone call where we were talking with a woman named Rose in Virginia who was telling us about a boundary of hers that was broken, where a man lied to her and then stole $120 from her and she was trying to figure out how can she trust again. But after coaching live on air, and if you missed that on the other platforms, you can come on over to YouTube and you can see it live there, where we coached her through, and we discovered that she's still dealing with some unhealed things from her marriage where she got divorced 7 years ago. So she was brave enough to tell her story, and we coached live on air. If you're catching us right now for the first time, I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist. I am a life coach from an accredited institution. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and we are doing this special show tonight where we are taking live call-ins for people who are dealing with particular issues for which they need live coaching right now. And so right now on my pages, there's a post that I put up. I'll show you what the post looks like so that you all can see, because I want you to go over to the page and I want you to take a look. This right here is my page on YouTube. And this is a post that I put up. Rejected. I'm looking for 4 people. We're going to do a show on Monday. I have a picture of a woman there. And so if you have been rejected or dealing with rejection, and you would like to be coached live on air, we're going to be doing that on Monday. So follow the directions in the post, and we'll get you on air. I'm vetting the calls before we make them. So right now, if you have been on my show, you know that every 30 or so minutes we get up and we have a movement break. So it is just about time for our movement break. And when we finish our movement break, we're going to check the apples. The Cash App is $Tonya TKO. The link is in the description of all of these videos. And so we get up and we move during our broadcast because sitting is death. And we've got to listen. We've got to find ways to just continue to stay active. Listen.
This ain't a beamer, this a big deal. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man.
Get up out your seat. It is time. It is time. It is time. Oh my goodness. All right, here. Uh-oh. It's for, where's the sound? What's happening? What happened? Hold on. I don't know what happened, but
none of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital. The dash is digital. Go. Digital. The cash is digital. Dash is digital. Run it up. Digital. Stepping like Marty McFly. Stepping, I feel like the guy. I got them looking like why. I never doubted me, why. I never doubted my guys. You know you in it for win. I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend. Only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids. That's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends. Had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win. You know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold. I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb. I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital. The dash is digital. Go. Digital. The cash is digital. The dash is digital. Run it up. Digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm just trying to keep my way. I'm just trying to live my life while we get rich. Mind my biz. Money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. cash fold. None of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash is full, none of my cars are old. Digital dash on gold. Cash is digital, digital, digital. The dash is digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash is digital, digital. The dash is digital, run it up. Digital, 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 digital.
All right. All right. That was 2 minutes and 35 seconds that we danced for, plus the little bit of time that that first song was playing. If you ever want to know what a song is on my platform, just Shazam it. So, right now, whew, I enjoyed that. And I know we not doing solid gold dancer moves over here. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is movement. That's it. The only thing that matters is that you get up and you move. All right, so somebody said run it up. All right, so listen. Next up, we have Barbara, who is calling in from the UK. And she's dealing with a situation where she was self-abusing through a relationship. And she has some questions about coming on the other side of it. So,
Hello.
hello, Barbara.
Hi, Tonya. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. Welcome onto the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so we have about 25 minutes for the coaching, okay? And so,
Okay.
okay, hold on. Let me get the right screen up. Okay. So,
Alrighty.
I know. Oh, wait. I forgot to read the apple that came in. This is from Yana. She says, heart, heart, heart. So, thank you, Yana. She sends in $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So, Barbara or Barbie, as you like to be called, let's jump into what's going on. So, first, let's start with the question and
Okay.
start from there. What is the question?
The question is, how does one overcome the freeze response
Okay.
in the face of trying to put one's life back together?
Okay. Well, tell me what you mean by the freeze response. What does that mean?
So, in the process of trying to sort things out and unpickle myself,
Mm-hmm.
I can be given a piece of advice or directed to this step or that step, and I'll walk away feeling like, okay, well, at least I know what I have to do next now. I'm not confused, but
Yeah.
I'll feel kind of arrested, like a deer in the headlights, sort of uneasy and anxious about taking that step.
Okay.
I could be sitting down for an hour staring at the laptop, you know, just unable to bring myself to write that email or unable to pick up that phone and make the call, even though I've been given the number to do so.
Okay. So walk me through it. Walk me through it.
Mm,
You've been given a great piece of advice. So wow, there's this group coaching, group therapy here. It's free. All you have to do
right,
is just show up,
right.
and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Walk me through what's going on in your mind once you leave from the interaction. When you're sitting in front of the computer and you can take the steps,
Mm.
but you don't. What's going through your mind?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. It's daunting. It feels overwhelming. It feels like I'm going to get a response that is either I haven't done something correctly, or I need to rewrite the email, or the email is not good enough, or it's missing something, or this is not actually as straightforward as just sending the email. There's going to need to be some back and forth. This is going to be
Mm-hmm.
a prolonged process, and it's going to require a lot more energy than I have, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? There are ways to get around that. There are ways.
Mm,
And one of the ways is to get an accountability partner, to hire
Hmm.
a life coach, to have somebody who is going to hold your hand through the process. Does that sound like something that you would benefit from?
Um, it's difficult because knowing myself, I don't really like having someone sort of breathing down my neck. I find that sort of thing a bit triggering.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I grew up with a micromanaging style parent who liked to breathe down the neck, and it's kind of given me an aversion to that sort of thing. I like the idea of having somebody sit with me while I do it and sort of hold my hand, but the sort of, oh, Linz, have you done that yet? You really should get on that. Have you sent it? You need to send it. Sort of makes me anxious, makes me sort of climb up.
Okay. Okay. So
Mm,
then let's talk about the options. Okay.
okay,
So either you do it or you don't do it. Why do you have to do it?
right. Why do I have to do it?
Yeah, why do you have to do it? Any of the stuff that you're saying needs to be done, why do you have to do any of it?
Hmm. In the long term, it has the potential to put me in a better position or a more similar to position that I was before, which was preferable.
Okay, so
Mm,
there's two options, right?
mm,
Either you do it or you don't. You haven't done it. There's a reason
right.
probably why you haven't done it. So does it need to be done? Is it emergent?
Is it emergent? Yes and no.
Okay, tell me about
Not
that.
in the not in the sort of, life depends on it. The sky will start falling if I don't. But yes, in the sense of if I don't get a grasp on things now, I'm going to continue down this path of things just getting stickier and stickier.
Okay.
Mm,
So you have only two options, right?
right.
Either it comes from within you or it comes from outside of you,
Mm,
right? What is
okay.
what is the plan? If you do not want an accountability partner asking you, have you done it? Is there
Hmm.
a way to find accountability partner who will sit with you while you do it?
I'm not sure. I haven't asked any of the people that are nearby if that's something they would be able to do.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Potentially.
Okay. So I know it's pretty late in England right now. Would you feel comfortable sending a
Mm,
text or two right now to somebody and just being very vulnerable with them and letting them know, look, there's a thing that I need to get done. I need someone to just sit with me while
mm.
I do it.
I could message one particular person I know happens to be up. Let's
What
see
okay,
here.
what about so let's message that person. What about two other
Mm,
people who may not be awake right now, but they'll get the message when you get up, when they get up rather.
right. I can definitely do that.
All right. So take a few moments right now to send three text messages, one to the person you know is awake and two more, and just be vulnerable and say, there's something that I've been needing to get done, and I just need someone to sit with me while I do it. Can you meet me at, do you want them to come to your house or do you want to meet them at a local coffee shop or something like that?
At home would be ideal.
Okay, so yeah, so ask if they'll come over and sit with you while you do it. Behind the scenes with the
Okay.
text notification squad, we have accountability parties, not accountability parties, procrastination parties every once in a while. and we sit with each other and we do the things that we've been procrastinating on.
Mm. I'm just sending the messages.
Okay. Everybody give a round of applause to Barbie for having the courage to
I
know
did.
that something is off and to reach out
Mm.
to get help with that. So give her a round of applause because it takes courage. How many have you sent so far?
I'm on the second person.
Okay, wonderful. Round of applause. Yay!
Thanks,
The people
everyone.
are giving their
Yay.
round of applause.
Oh, dear. Thank you.
They're screaming out Barbie.
Hopefully, I can actually get this done and
Yeah,
just start
absolutely.
something really fun.
So as
Okay,
a
I'm gonna.
okay, wonderful. So as a coach, what I do is find out where your blocks are and I work with you through your blocks into
Right.
action. So, not really so much discovering the psychological reasons for why you won't, but actually just getting you into action. They're clapping for you, Barbie.
Yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
So, have you sent the third one yet?
Yes,
All right,
I've bribed
wonderful.
them with cake and tea.
You said what?
I said I've bribed them with some cake and tea as well.
Oh, so you're offering them some cake and shoot for that? I would come over too. I mean, why not? That sounds delicious and
Why not?
wonderful. Yeah, so
Oh,
so all I need now is for you to just follow up and let's see how this first round goes. So
mm,
let's do a little coaching around that. So you've
okay.
reached out to 3 people, and when
Yes,
they reach back out to you, how likely is it that you will take them up on their offer to come and sit with you?
highly likely
Okay, okay.
because we hang out a lot. We schedule to meet up with each other frequently, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first hurdle. The next bit would be actually doing the things while they're there.
Okay. All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about any blocks. So
Okay.
let's say one of them reaches out to you and let's say you get into your freeze mode again where you're like, "Oh, I don't
Mm,
even want the person to sit with me because then I'm going to have to send this." So what is your plan
right.
for if a block comes up? How will you work through that?
I I don't know.
Let's work through that right now.
Okay.
What can you do to get yourself on the other side of a block in terms of meeting and getting this done?
Oh dear. That's a hard one. Mm, I can't think of anything. I'm pulling a blank.
Okay. So
Mm,
have you had a time in the past where you were
mm.
blocked and you were able to push through the block? What existed in that circumstance?
I don't have a lot of experience with this issue because it's relatively recent, but the few times that I have pushed through, it's because I had a burst of energy or a burst of motivation, and it wasn't necessarily something that I had any real, role in precipitating. I just woke up one day and I felt like I had it in me to get a lot done, and I wanted to tick these things off the list,
Okay.
and so I did.
Okay. So, my question to you, let's talk about
Mm,
what preceded this. You
okay.
said that you had a breakup where you were self-abusing in this relationship, and now you're
Yeah.
kind of in a holding pattern. You're kind of frozen, right? What is it
Right.
about getting out of that relationship that has led to you feeling stuck?
Ooh. The relationship itself felt like I was stuck.
Okay.
Felt like I was too deep in it to get out. And a lot of the things I tried doing shortly afterwards in the immediate aftermath were really challenging. And I just remember feeling like I was in a debt of energy, but it would be
Mm-hmm.
fine because once I got to the other end of all of the things that I'm trying to do in the immediate aftermath, then I'll be able to sort of rest and I'll be able to recuperate. But that didn't happen
Mm.
because then some unforeseen things started to take place. Like I had a parent get really ill,
Mm.
and they needed me to be their advocate, and I was the only person in the family that was around, that was even in the same
Mm.
country to do anything about it.
Mm.
So I pushed myself to sort of start to move on immediately. I had this really big traumatic move with the help of a friend,
Yeah.
moved all of my stuff out of that place, and I re-enrolled myself in my courses. Um, and then I started to socialize again. Um, and I told social services, or as you might call it, CPS, that I wasn't going to be involved in the lives of any of the minors that I had been when I had been in that relationship, because we were fostering
Oh.
the other person's younger sibling. And
Okay.
then not even 2 months after all of this, I I discovered that the other person had been um, taking advantage of the fact that my parent had been the guarantor on the property we had been renting together, and they had racked up a lot of arrears. So I was working through the process of untangling the financial and the legal mess there, and then that parent became really ill.
Mm.
So I was in the debt, and there was no way that I was going to be able to, like, I was in the energy debt or the motivation debt, and there was no way to recoup that because I found myself being needed in another capacity all of a
Right.
sudden. So
Right.
it just sort of continued.
Right, right, right. So let's talk about some of the things that you know that you need to do, but you just don't have the energy to do it. If
Mm.
you if it's not too personal, can you just name one of those things so I can get an idea of the gravity of what it is that you need to do?
One of the things, pick one. One of the things is digging through some records
Mm-hmm.
to find some pay slips to prove that the income of the relative was significantly reduced so that they can claim their union benefit.
Okay. Okay. And so you need to send a message to do that, or you actually need to dig through the pay stubs?
I need to do both. I need to dig through the digital pay stubs and find all of the months that are relevant to the claim, and then send another email to the union team, being like, here are all the digital pay stubs here.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Listen, it's no wonder you're feeling fatigued. There's a lot
Mm,
going on and a lot weighing you down energetically, spiritually, psychologically. It's no wonder anybody in
mm,
your same exact shoes with your same exact DNA and same exact experiences would be doing the same exact thing that you're doing right now.
Right.
Let's talk about getting onto the other side. Do you know where the digital pay stubs are?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's send a message to the people that you've invited, right?
Okay.
And let's let them know that you've been feeling really stuck and that even if you try to change your mind that they still need to come over. Okay?
Okay.
Come hell or high water, even if you say no, 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 tell them that they still must come over and burst down your door if they need to. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
All right. I'm just going to mute you for just a moment, okay? All right. So if you all are enjoying the broadcast, make sure you give a thumbs up. Make sure you share the broadcast. If you like shows like these, make sure that you support them by sharing, by commenting, by interacting, engaging, thumbsing up the video, sharing it in your WhatsApp group, sharing it on Instagram. And also, when the video is cut up into smaller pieces, make sure you share it. If you know somebody who's going through something similar, or if you yourself are going through something similar, let the people know that you're feeling what it is that they're saying, that you're going through it too, or that you've gone through it and gotten onto the other side. Like I said, thumb up the video, comment, share. These are ways that lets the algorithm know that the content is contenting. All right. So, Lindsay.
Hello, this is Barbara here.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. The next caller was supposed to have that name. My bad.
I
So,
see.
Barbie, did you
Hi.
send the emails yet? I'm not the emails, the text.
Yes, I just sent out the same text to all three people.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So you sent the text saying, even if I cancel, you still must come over.
Yes, I've told them to hold my hand to the fire and help me make sure that I find these pay stubs and send them off.
Okay, wonderful. And then I am going to be your second line of accountability, and I want you to follow
Oh
up
dear.
with me. In how long do you think it'll take you to get it done? When are they going to come over? When do you think they'll come over?
I'd say within 2 weeks, given all of their different schedules.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So reach back out to me in a week. Today is Saturday, May 25th.
Yes.
And so I want you to reach out to me by next Saturday just to kind of give me a sense for how things are going.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Is there any last thing that you wanted to discuss or bring up before we end the phone call?
Hmm. Um, I don't think so, no.
Okay. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to follow through with the plan that we've set in place?
I'd say 7.
Okay. And what is
Hmm.
existing in the 3? What do you think may come up that may stop you?
My current track record
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give me a lot of confidence in myself. Um, they might be busy in the next 2 weeks. I know it's 3 different people,
Mm-hmm.
but where one might be busy, another might have an alternative plan or might have something come up.
Okay.
And the last one is I could just find myself having a really bad time within myself and just not really want to see people or to entertain or have people over.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is your plan if you do feel kind of grouchy and you don't want people over? What's the plan to combat that? Let's be preemptive.
Okay. Hmm. Oh dear. What would I do to make myself feel better? Um.
If you want, you can cash
Hmm.
app me £100 and I will reduce it by £10 for every day that it takes for you to get this done.
I love the idea. The student life means that I don't have 100 pounds.
Okay, well tell me what would feel if this is something that you would be open to do, what would feel like a
Mm.
significant amount that you have that you'd be willing to put your money where your mouth is?
Oh God.
I'll give you a 3-day grace period. 3-day grace period, and then I'll start deducting. So tell me an amount that feels like an amount you'd want to put your money
My
where your mouth is.
Lord.
Hmm?
My Lord. Tony, don't do this to me. I've maxed out my credit card and everything. I'm deep in the hole. Uh, you can hold my handbags for ransom. I've got a sizable collection. There's some good pieces in there. Oh my goodness
I'm gonna
me.
be walking around with the handbag like I hope she don't.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, we've come to the 25 minutes. All right. So
Oh dear.
just think about that and
Hmm.
please keep in touch with me. Write to me
Okay.
and let me know. And if you see me announce the procrastination party, make sure that you get in on that. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
calling
much for
in,
having me,
Barbie.
Tonya.
Absolutely.
Oh no, no. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
All right. So that was amazing. That was an opportunity for you all to see what one style of coaching and accountability is like. And if you are resonating with the video and you are enjoying it, go ahead. Let me see you either throw up a one or throw up some thumbs up, and then we shall go from there. It is almost time for us to take another dance break. So I want you all to start thinking of what your self love lessons are. We have another call that is supposed to be happening. Let me just send a quick message to this person and see if they're going to be able to get on the call. Give me just one moment. Oh, okay. All right. I see that she is at work. She says until 11 p.m. tonight. So she's not going to be able to get on the call. That is too bad. That is too bad. So, what we're going to do right now is MN wants to call. Well, what we're doing is we're having pre vetted phone calls tonight. So, if you are if you are on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram pages, what you can do is you can look for the upcoming show. If you're dealing with rejection right now and you'd like to be coached through that, send me a message on my website. There's a link to it in the post, and just there's just a few questions that you need to answer. Thank you. Someone is saying I look really pretty. So let me tell you. I'm gonna show you all this. I'm gonna show you all. Where is my here? So let me show you this, right? Why is it not on the screen? Hmm. Well, nonetheless, on my TikTok page, on my TikTok page, on the TikTok page, I put up a filter, right? And the filter was like this thing, and people were like, "Oh, that look looks really pretty on you." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try doing my makeup like the filter. So I put a little dark underneath. Theirs is a little more peachy than I am, but I decided to just try a technique. I hope you all like it. Thank you, thank you. If you're not on my TikTok page, you can join it. It's Tonya TKO Show. All right. So nonetheless, and lesser than none, let's go ahead and get ready for our dance break. JJ has sent $5 and says, dude sent her the 120 back on air. Wait, what? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold up, hold up. Let's see. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's go. Let me make sure nothing pops up on the screen while we're doing this. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Wait. So the guy sent her. You know what? He felt the spirit, because you know our energy be strong. He felt the spirit. And we got him to send her that money back. Let me take a look and see. Wow. She thinks that maybe he was watching. Wow. Wow. So Rose got the money back tonight. If that ain't reason to dance, then I don't know what is. You know what? We're gonna dance to some Fill My Cup, because she got her cup filled up tonight. So let me see if I can find that song, Fill My Cup. Let's see. Here it is. All right, so listen. Get about your seats, everybody. Get about your seats. Come on. Let's fill our cups. Come
Please
on.
fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, oh,
She got her money back while we was on the air.
and I'm singing like, whoa,
Even though it's been 6 months since she got her money back, he felt the energy.
lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in the group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, oh, 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 oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bro. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh. Please fill my cup.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. She got her money live on air, and we didn't even have to call him and blackmail it out of him. Yeah, that's right. Fill that cup. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So listen, if you enjoyed this broadcast and this style of broadcast, make sure you let me know by commenting and just let me know. Let me know. Comment, share, thumbs up the video. If you haven't subscribed, do so already. Join the text notification squad so that you can be behind the scenes, that when it's time to submit to be a part of shows like this, you're first to find out about it. So the link to that is in the description. It's $Tonya TKO. And the Cash App is a verified Cash App account so that you know you're sending it to the right place. All right. You know what? Somebody sent a PayPal the last time we were live on air. Let me try to grab that real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I'm so happy to hear about that. So listen, it's about time for us to start thinking of our self-love lessons, right? Start thinking of our self-love lessons. You're going to type SLL. I'm going to give you the rules for that. So, Sonia sent through $1 and says, thanks for covering this Princella stuff. Take care. Well, I'm glad that she enjoyed that. I'm glad that she enjoyed that. All right. So, MN wants to call to talk about procrastination. We've passed the time for the show. The show was supposed to be an hour. So why don't we do this? If you're behind the scenes, send me a message and then I'll see which show I can get you in on, because we're going to be talking about what do you call this? Rejection. We're going to be talking about rejection in the next show. Do I help people with depression? Depression is something that you must see a therapist about. So, especially if you have like a diagnosis and you're working through those things, the therapist would help you with that. The difference between a coach and a therapist is, let's say the coach is who helps you pack your bag to go on a trip. The therapist is who helps you unpack your bags from the past. So the coach helps you move forward, kind of like with Lindsay, helping her actually take action in the moment. That's what a coach does. If you want to understand yourself and your patterns of thought and those types of things, this is something that you have to see a therapist about. All right, so let's get ready for the self-love lessons, right? What I want you to do is I want you to type out SLL for self-love lesson. So SLL. And I want you to ask yourself, what did I learn about loving myself from tonight's show? What was it either in the first call or the second call? The first call where we talked about intuition, boundaries, theft, celibacy, intimacy. We talked about a lot in the first call. And in the second call, being stuck and moving through the stuckness and finding ways to honor and take care of yourself for where it is that you are and giving yourself what you need in these moments. So you're saying you submitted for I wrote back to everybody that submitted for the rejection show, unless you wrote while I was on air. I wrote back to everybody. So did you not hear back from me? Send me another message, because I wrote back to everyone and I told people, because there were people who wrote but they didn't answer any of the questions. Answer the questions that are in the post and give me your phone number, tell me what the situation is, and then I'm going to be selecting 4 people from that, because I want to have an hour show and I want to do 25 minutes at most per call, and then with the dance break. So I'm going to have to make the calls 20 minutes so that we can get the dance breaks in. All right, so listen, thank you so much, everybody. Let's get to these self-love lessons now. Let's see if we can. All right. All right, so you submitted the day I posted. I wrote back to everybody, but you need to answer the questions. All right, let's get to these self-love lessons. All right. You followed everything in the post. emails and you didn't hear back from me? Send me another message because I don't know how I missed it, or maybe it got sent to spam. It shouldn't have been in spam. Hold on, let me check the spam folder. I don't have anything in the spam folder. Let me look. I'm looking. I don't see anything. Oh, wait. I wrote you back. I wrote, listen, I see the message from you. Hold on. Let me pause the music. Because you see, what happens is people write to me from email addresses that are not their main email address. I wrote you back and I asked you whether or not you were available to do the show today, and I didn't hear back from you. So I can only do so much. You got to check your mail. You have to write to me from an email address that you check. Or maybe the email address is that you wrote it down incorrectly. I don't know. Send me another message because I wrote back to you. All right, let's go ahead and get these self-love lessons, okay? Let's get these self-love lessons. Let's see. SOL, I will be a non-procrastinator. Okay, let me give you all the rules for the self-love lessons. For the self-love lessons, you type SLL. And then from there, you type out what you want from the positive affirmative. So let's say I handle my business on time or whatever. I listen to my intuition. That's a self-love lesson from today's broadcast. Listen to my intuition always. These are self-love lessons. In the self-love lessons, we do not use words like don't, not, never, non, un. We don't use any of those. We speak from the positive affirmative. So instead of saying I will be a non-procrastinator, talk about what it is that you will be. Okay? Wait, what is that? Once I'm hypnotized, oh my goodness. You know, I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, but I do most of my hypnotherapy in groups where I'm helping people in a group setting. So, all right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's continue forward with the self-love lessons. Come on, SLL. Let's get them, and then I'll tell you what my self-love lesson is from today's broadcast. I gotta listen. All right, come on, let's get these self-love lessons. Come on. Somebody says they love this channel, so make sure that you subscribe. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, SLL, let's see the self-love lessons. Hey, 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 hey. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Self-love lesson. Come on. I'm just waiting for the self-love lessons. I want to see, because listen, there's more than 100 people on here. Let's get these self-love lessons. Always listen to my intuition. Wonderful. Come on, let's get them. All right, come with the self-love lessons. Just enjoy the TKO show. When we come to the self-love lessons, I'm very serious about them. I don't like when people joke about the self-love lessons, because the reason why I do this show is because of the self-love lessons. All right, so you know what? So I'll tell you all what my self-love lessons are from today's show. All right? Oh, here they come. Allow myself time to heal in all of my self-expression. Okay. I take time, get a nice bubble bath. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll give my self-love lesson from today's show. All right. So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself my self-love lesson that I learned from today's show is about, I'll take this off the screen for a moment, is about listening to my intuition and also paying attention to the fact that I can feel a way on the surface and there can really be something else underneath that I must give attention to. So my self-love lesson is really about journaling. It's about getting my book out and writing out the stuff that's on the surface as well as the secondary stuff that's underneath, because we are all operating in a program. And so my self-love lesson from today's broadcast is about taking the time to think on the other side of the program, because we're all operating in a program. So that's my self-love lesson. Another one of my self-love lessons is about honoring myself, setting a clear expectation, a clear boundary, and honoring myself that if I say I'm going to have a show that I'm trying to keep within an hour, that as much as I want to take that one last person, that I have to honor myself and what it is, the intention that I set, so that I can discipline myself to keep these shows within because I want to do more of these shows. If you enjoyed the show, throw up a 2 or a peace sign, because we're jumping out of here. Right? And so I that's my self-love lesson. Okay, so let's go on and get out of here. Thank you so much for coming out. This was amazing. So, and let's give a shout out to Rose and Barbara, who called in and were spearheaded the first style of this show. So thank you. So go ahead and fill up Barbara's cup, fill up Rose's cup. Come on. I'll see you all in the next broadcast. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, I'll see you all later. So great to have you come out. Thank you. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in the group text. 10 years, same team. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world for my hand-hoes. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? Just been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 and I'm singing like oh, 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 oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fire side. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie.